Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to be doing our sketch videos, but it's going to be a little different. So as you all may know, I am also affiliated with My Little Scrapbook Store. And I recently got another one of those card kits. And we've done this before, but it's been a while, so I wanted to do that again for this month. So we're using this collection from Simple Stories. This is Vintage Life in Bloom. And we're going to put these cards together for the next 4 weeks, okay? And at first, I want to show you everything that comes in it. So you get every card broken down, what piece goes what, okay? And then you can tear them apart because they're already pre-cut, and it allows you to be able to put it together. So you get the 8 card bases. These do not come with envelopes, okay? So you do have to get your own envelopes for them, but the cards come pre-folded, like perforated, I guess. Scored, that's the word I'm looking for. And then you just fold it and you have your card base ready. And then the one I just put to the side is considered the chipboard. Then you have each page has different cutouts, elements for you to build up your card with, accents, stuff like that. And they also give you like laser cuts of the butterflies and flowers, and some of the titles are all in either the cut aparts or on the chipboard. So we're going to be doing the first 2 cards. And this one, the first one, I've already separated all of my pieces for each one. So you can kind of see the one over to the right, or to the left, excuse me, waiting for us to put it together. But first we're going to do this one, which is actually the second card. So all these papers basically cover the entire front of an A2 sides card. Okay, you're not going to have any borders. They've already created a border in this paper that they've created. Now we're going to attach the little ticket squares at the very top of the tags. And sometimes with these pieces, you can add, if you have thin foam, you could add foam, give other elements within the card different heights. For me, I'm going to only add the foam on this one on the sentiment. So I'm going to lay it down, figure out how I want those to lay, and then I'm going to start taping them down. And I'm just lining it up, trying to see as best I can with what's on the image over to my left. And then we're going to put these down. And the best part about these two is you could always change it up, right? If you wanted to make it more straight on, same level, if you'd rather punch a hole out of those, there's all different things you can do. When I use these, I like to show you guys what you get just by following, exactly how they have it on the picture. And then the only thing I usually do is either add dimension by adding foam, or like we'll add some gems, sometimes some sequins. It just depends, on what it is that we're trying to do. Now, at first I put this down, the yellow one, and I think I wind up moving it. I can't remember. I think I do here. Yes. Because it's still got a little bit of that wet glue. That's all I use, so it allows me to pull it up a little bit. It does tear ever so slightly, but I know that that other piece I'm getting ready to put down is going to cover it. But I just add a little bit more glue and move it up higher, so that way it doesn't just... Okay. So right now I'm just putting some glue down, and then I'm figuring out where I kind of want to place the flower, because I realize that part of it is going to get covered by this ephemera piece. So as long as I don't press it down, I have room to kind of wiggle it around and then get it in the exact position that I want it to be in. And I think I have enough showing out. And then we're just going to put the chipboard piece right on top. And like I said, I'm using foam. I have a roll of, did I use blue foam? I was going to use the mini ones. That's why they're there. But I decided not to. So I grabbed, I want to say, yes, I have one of those really wide foam rolls from, I think it was Picket Fence. And so I just trimmed a small piece off of that and then laid it on the back and trimmed it. So it would be a little bit shorter on each end. And it gives it a nice dimension right on the front there. So as much as you want to give this as far as dimension, you could put foam under each layer if you wanted to. You know, it's up to you. That's the best part about these pre-made cards. You can change these up. You can add, like I said, the dimension, embellishments. You can do whatever you want it to. If you wanted to add glitter dots or, you know, glitter accents, you could get one of the glitter pens and just, you know, use it right over top of the flowers so they would have a little sparkle. The only limitation is your own imagination. And right now I'm just putting a few glue dots down and putting 3 gemstones in the flower areas. I didn't want to go too crazy with the gems on this one. I just wanted to do the 3 points, and it worked out to be right as a triangle with the sentiment right in the middle. So we're going to put that one to the side. And now we're going to go back to the first card. Okay, so this first card has a little bit more, it looks like a little bit more going on than the other. But it's just as the same thing, just a little bit of layers. I'm just getting some of the glue off my scissors real quick, and then we're going to move on. All right, so with this one, we're going to just go ahead and start building up. Like I said, all the cards are set up to cover the front of the card. So if you don't know, an A2 size card is 4 1/4. Why am I saying that wrong? Is it 4 1/4? Yeah, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Lord, my brain just went boop boop. And so that yellow sheet is the exact same size, so it's going to cover it up. And then what I like to do is kind of lay things out with how I'm going to lay it down. Just to remind myself, I'm looking at the photo and trying to make sure that I'm putting everything in the right area. Because see, this one has a wider pink side and then like the thin strip. And so when I look at the photo, I wanted to make sure I was putting the thin strip on the right side of the card. And then this piece here, it's got a little bit of details. It's very fine though. It's almost like a polka dot. So it's very light because the camera is far away. But up close, you can see a little bit of the texture, which is why I turned it, because part of it wasn't in the right spot. Now this one is the circle ephemera piece that was in one of the sheets. And I'm using still the tape and the glue. That gives me time to move stuff around. That's all I'm trying to do, is just give myself a little bit of extra time. So it allows me to be able to pick it up and kind of readjust and then decide, okay, that's pretty good. Because the bloom is going to go right there. There were little pieces I forgot to punch out, but there's bloom. And then the other part of the sentiment is going to go across in the middle. But we're going to start adding some other pieces first. And the first thing is going to be this chipboard piece, because it's a huge element of this card front. And it's so pretty. These flowers are just stunning. And I just, on this one, I think I just used the wet glue. I didn't use any of the tape runner. I just went straight for the glue. All right, then we're going to press that down. And now we're going to start adding the other pieces. And I'm just going to grab some glue so I can put the heart in the perfect place there. And then I was going to put foam behind the sentiment that I'm putting down, not the bloom, the other piece, but I don't do that. I think I just glue that straight down. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe I should put foam, you know, because the chipboard isn't super thick, but there is some thickness. But even looking at it as I do the voiceover, it's still laying down pretty flat. It's doing good. And then you'll see on the bloom, I'm going to squares and place them in some of the thicker areas and let it kind of have a little dimension on the front of the card. And then we're going to figure out anywhere else I might need a little bit of foam. And I think that's it. And then we're just going to, because one of the places I put it, it was too big, the piece of foam. And I wasn't about to try and cut these little ones in half. I don't have time for that. So I just put a little glue on the foam pieces I did use. And then we place down our bloom. Then next, I'm going to put some foam squares behind the butterfly, so that way it gives it a little dimension. And then take the backs off, a little bit of glue. Always a little bit of glue on the foam. I just want to make sure it stays. And then we're going to place the heart, or the butterfly. And I always like to do that so I could kind of pinch the wings, and if I wanted to give it a little dimension that way. And then I'm going to grab, I had some pink gems. They're also from, I think it's Picket Fence. Oh, Pink Fresh. And these ones are called Glitter Drops Blush. And they're so pretty. They match so well with this paper because it's a lighter pink, so it's not fighting against, you know, the kind of hot pink of the strip of paper that we put down. It's just a nice accent. And you can see I'm using, I got this gold tray from my little scrapbook store, and it works perfect with these gems because you can pour them right in, and then the triangle part you just put into the package, and it just slides right in, so that way you don't lose or have all these gems falling around. So I'm putting the 3 up at the top, and we could leave it like that. We really could, but you know, they were so pretty. I wanted to add a couple more, just a couple more. So I decided to do 2 more instead of go too crazy. So it's still odd. All right, and we're gonna put one on each side of bloom. And there you have it. The first 2 cards all done. And then I'm just going to slide the gems in and close my baggie. And that's it. I really liked how these 2 came out. And this collection, this vintage Life in Bloom is such a, I love it. There's something about it. I think it's the mixture of the colors. They're kind of pastel, but not. They're bright and vibrant. With the hints of black and white. I really do enjoy this collection. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to answer any of those. And if you're interested, I'll try and leave the links at least to my little scrapbook store, and you can definitely go and take a look at Vintage Life in Bloom. All right. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great weekend.